Today I'm talking about my emergency Caesarean delivery. To go home and come back next week. Come back what? So you say like a roller coaster. Before you know, go and deposit money, go and do this one, go and do that one. Hi besties, welcome back to my channel, Life of Caesarean. It's your baby girl Josephine Kinichi. You know now, when I'm here, it's all we are about to mess things up. I told you in my last video that it's about to get deep. It was deep before, but now it's about to get deeper. So I'm going to be sharing my life experience with you. Me choosing to be here is me choosing to deprive myself of sleep, because as soon as I gave birth to my baby, everybody was like, when he sleeps, sleep. And that has been working for a while. Sometimes it doesn't work cool because I have things to do. When he's sleeping, I'm like, oh well, thank you, I'll go and do those things. But most often than not, I try to get sleep, because if this guy come for you like he has been doing lately, he sleeps during the day and then refuses to sleep at night. Like in the night, he will chanya, he will open his eye throughout, like from 12 through to 6. Brother will not be sleeping. Maybe that's 6 o'clock. He will not sleep till we are ready to bathe him. We'll bathe him and then I feed him and he goes back to sleep. But then me, I will not be a roller coaster of a shadow of myself. So that has been it. But today, I don't know, maybe I knew that I wanted to do a video. It just totally refused to sleep for a while and it has been all fuzzy. But thankfully I'm here once again in front of you and I'm so excited. Disclaimer, in case you are hearing some weird sounds, I'm still in my father's house, so and we are still on Omugo, so please bear with me. There's nothing I can do. If I say let me wait for evening or something, I'll probably not make this video again. So I just had to take this time and do the best I can, you know. So today I'm talking about my emergency Caesarean delivery and how we got there. So if you saw other vlogs too, you will see my journey from, I think, my 30 something week through to here. And yes, everything was going well. Like the baby had gone down, my belly was progressing perfectly, I did not have BP issues, my baby was well positioned, everything was fine. In fact, like I said in my last video, I was expecting contraction anytime soon. Like I was even trying to induce contraction. I did everything I could do to induce contraction, and then contraction was not coming. And now the next day was going to be my 40th week on the dot, and that happened to be my antenatal day, a Wednesday. So my husband came back a night before my antenatal, and I don't just know, I've been feeling unhinged throughout the day. So I just asked him, if peradventure I go for antenatal tomorrow and they say it is Caesarean session, do we have the money for that? And it was like, the problem is not the money. As long as I come out and my baby comes out, it's fine with it. And I was like, okay. I was weird, like I was feeling, there were just a lot of emotions surrounding me that particular day. So that was why I even asked the question. And then I made food, we ate, went to sleep. In the night, I did not sleep. I know my husband snores, and I'm used to it. Like, in fact, sometimes if I'm not even hearing the snore, it does me some way. But this particular night, the snore had a different tone to it in my own ears. Like, it was getting me all irritated. I was trying hard to drown the sound, you know, it wasn't drowning. I wake my husband at interval and say, lie well, lie on your side, lie on your right hand, and I know I was disturbing the guy, but I was just a mess that night. And after a while, I just got fed up with the whole. I was just turning. I just couldn't sleep. So eventually, I stood up from the bed, carried my pillow, banged the door, and went to the parlor. My banging the door even had woke my husband up, and he was like, "Babe, what is it? What is it?" I didn't answer him. I was just, I just went to the parlor. I was like, what is it? Why are you going to the parlor? I said, nothing. So, Bros went to the room and continued his sleep. Me, I continued with my rolling even in the parlor. But I think in the parlor, I kind of had a little respite. I fell asleep some way, but it was not deep. And then the next morning, my husband was like, "Why did you go to the parlor?" I said nothing. He was like, "Is it because of my snow? If my snow is disturbing you, it's very clear that I will have to be leaving the room for you. I'll have to go and be sleeping in the parlor if that will make you feel better and all." And I was like, "Thank you, babe. Thank you. Like, whatever suits you." That was not what was my problem that morning. I was just having a lot of thoughts. And then I just told him that, "Guy, should we carry my load?" Because my load has been packed since I was 32 weeks or so. We had gotten everything that was on the list for us to get. I was like, "Should we carry my load? Because I'm not coming back home more." And it was like, "We should leave it now. It's what doctor says. That's what we'll eventually do." I said, "Kwen." Me, I was carrying the small things I could carry, my charger, my tripod stand, because I felt like, okay, maybe I'll vlog or something. I ended up not vlogging, but I was carrying all those small things I know that nobody will be able to bring for me. So we entered the car, and then he went to the hospital to drop me. When it was time for me to see doctor, I went to see doctor, and doctor was like, after checking me, was like, "Everything is fine, but you're not contracting. You have to go home and come back next week." Come back what? You say what, doctor? I came for delivery. I don't know about any other person. You see me, I came for delivery. I'm not going home. This thing has to happen today. So I don't know how you're going to do it. If you have to induce me, brother, please induce me. It was like, that's not how they induce people, this and that. It's just, today is just making it the 40th week. I should go home and come back next week. I say, I'm not going anywhere. You see me, I go nowhere. And we're going back and forth like that. Luckily for me, I knew one nurse in the hospital then. So I called her on phone and she came. I told her the situation of things. She was like, why am I so insistent on having my delivery today or something? I said, I don't know, but that is just what I want. So if you have to go and talk to the doctor, talk to him. I don't know. So she went, she had a chat with the doctor. The doctor now said, okay, what he's going to do for me is that, okay, I should go home and come back on Friday. If contraction has not happened, then they can induce me. I laughed again. I said, doctor, it's as if you are not hearing what I'm saying. I'm not going home today. It's today this thing is going to happen. Any which way, I'm not going home. Doctor was like, what is going on? I said, you see me today, I'm delivering this baby. I don't know how it's going to happen. No. So the nurse went again to him, had a chat with him, and then he now said, okay, you know what will happen? Go and do scan and then come back. Then after the scan, we even know what we are even doing safe. I said, okay. I called my husband. Husband, man, they said we should go and do scan. No. Husband said, I'm coming. And then he came, carried me, went to the hospital, to the scan place, and we did the scan. When we did the scan, we came back. What the scan was saying, we had a scan, I think 2 weeks ago. My baby was measuring 3.5 as at that 2 weeks. So now the scan was saying that my baby is now 3.0, like 3 kg on the dot, and that the placenta was getting weak. It was not supplying adequately to the fetus, and the advice was that the baby should be delivered immediately. That one even like scared me. I was like, okay. So we went back to the hospital. Immediately, doctor even saw that report safe. Was like, nah, we have to do an immediate CS session for you right now. You have to make up your mind. And I said, there's no mind to be made up. Anything you have to do, just do it. You know, the most important thing to me is that my baby comes out and I come out alive, and that is it for me. So he said, what about my husband? My husband was sitting close to me. They asked him, my husband said, he had no problem with it though. It's my body. Whatever I said I wanted to do, I would do. I should go ahead and do it. The doctor was now explaining that if they induce me, because the placenta was already weak, during inducement and during contraction, when they induce, of course, inducement will take some time before contraction will start. And when contraction starts, contraction kind of contracts, you know, the placenta more, and then that minute of it contracting, the nutrient is not going to the baby, and now the placenta is already weak, so it's going to make matters complicated. So there was no need inducing me, because at the end of the day, say it will get to a point that the baby will not be so weak. At the end of the day, they'll just say we should go for cesarean section. I said, doctor, all this English you are speaking, you don't think I tell you, no, we'll go do this thing. I don't know what you're saying. So that was how it just happened. It was not like a roller coaster. Before you know, go and deposit money, go and do this one, go and do the other one, and all glory to God. I had my baby that day. So, and my baby just came out. I had this spinal anesthesia. So what it means is that they'll give you an injection in your spinal, and then you don't go fully into sleeping. You are awake while the whole process is going on. The doctors can be talking to you, can be talking to them and everything. Then when your baby comes out, you will hear your baby. So that was the injection I opted for. And when my baby came out, I heard him crying. I even saw it. They came out, they showed my baby. I was like, Jaden! I was so excited, and that was how it happened. We later even got to find out that later from our friends, one of our friends said that was how she lost her first child. She went for antenatal today, and then they told her that she was not contrasted, she should go and come back next week. She now went home. When she came back the next week, now placenta had separated from child, and the baby was not receiving nutrient, and then the baby died even before she came to the hospital that day. So I don't know what was inspiring me, I don't know what was pushing me, but I just know that God was basically directing me. God was doing his thing with me. I don't know, I'm not worthy of that kind of love or that kind of interaction with God, but I know that right before I even conceived my baby self, God has just been showing himself mightily in my life, and this was just a deep miracle for us. Anything that is going to make my baby stress, I wouldn't want it, because I know that there are a lot of persons that were in the ICU when my baby had during this, when we went to the ICU to give them, to put him in light. I saw a lot of situations. Some babies that the mothers was opting that okay, it must be via vagina. The baby got distressed, and when they delivered the baby did not cry because the baby was weak and everything. The baby had to stay in intensive care for 2 months and all. I heard a lot, and I was just grateful for the grace of interacting with God. I don't know who I am, I don't know what I did right for God to look at me and then interact with me in whatever way he was interacting with me, because it was working with me. I didn't even hear any story. I just shall know that something was telling me that it has to be that day, and whatever anybody was saying was not a concern to me. Get my baby out and let him be safe. Any pain that wants to come from the CS delivery, let it come to me. I can bear it. It's not me that is here. We are already healing. We are better. I'm going back to shape. I know that I've gained some weight and everything, but I'm going back to shape. I'm fine, and my baby is fine, and I'm just grateful that everything happened the way it did. So I just hope that this video teaches one or two things to one or two persons. When you are pregnant, man, that is when you will know that pregnancy is not just pregnancy. You have to be very close to God, because a lot of things can just go wrong in a twinkle of an eye. And I'm just thankful that 9 months came 9 months went, I saw my baby and I'm alive, and I'm here to even tell the testimony. So when you're pregnant, just be vigilant and be prayerful and let God lead you to that day. I just pray that all pregnant women go to that favor room and then come out with their bundle of joy and they are safe, and no, there shall not be any loss amongst any of us. So yeah, if you stick around to this point of this video, yeah, the true MVP, man. Thank you for sticking around, and yes, subscribe to this channel. Yes, you subscribe to the channel. Yeah, of course, I'm gonna see you all my next video. Thank you and bye.